My name is Sophie Bannister. I have worked now for Enterprise for just over 7 years. And I started as a graduate on the management training programme that I'm going to be talking about today. So if you've got any questions about what it was like or anything like that, then I'm more than happy to answer them as well at the end. So throughout, as I'm talking, if anything pops up and you want to ask that question, then please, again, do just pop it in the chat box. That would be amazing. So I worked on the management training programme, as I mentioned, worked my way up after kind of passing the training into management position. And then I've now worked in the talent acquisition team for around 4 years. So my career has changed along the line, kind of went away from the management side of it and into one of the supporting roles in the HR function, which I will talk again about, starting on the management program, maybe working then in different functions that we offer throughout the business, and that kind of thing as well. So if you've got that interest, then brilliant. So I'm going to just talk briefly about our company and what we stand for. And our vision is to be the world's best and most trusted mobility company. We do this by listening to and exceeding our customer and our employees' expectations by listening. It's in there, like we kind of listen to what they want and we will action that. We provide a wide variety of different mobility solutions that suit all of our customers' needs, and offering a great place to work as well, and really cultivate those careers and making sure that it's not just a job, but it's actually a career opportunity where you've got growth and things like that as well, and being a responsible corporate citizen as well. So a little bit about us, Enterprise Mobility. You might have seen some of our brands. Enterprise Mobility is our umbrella brand, so it kind of encompasses every single thing that we offer, services that we offer and provide. We've got Enterprise car rental, which some of you might have seen the Enterprise rent-a-car branches or the vans and things like that, which we're probably better known for in the UK. But we have all of these different things that we now do kind of offer these services. So a lot of that is around car rental, van rental, Enterprise flexi rent. So we offer commercial vehicles to big companies and things like that as well. We have an exotics branch. We've just opened one in the north. We've got one in the south. So looking at those prestige vehicles and things like that as well. So it's not just kind of renting a car these days, but actually we've got tech companies, Integral, that facilitate a lot of our business partners and kind of that tech behind the scenes tech solutions as well. So we're very well known as being a car rental company, but actually you might not have known some of the other things that we do as well. So I think it's really important to know these things, especially if you're thinking about joining a company like Enterprise Mobility and you want to learn a little bit more about the kinds of things that we offer to customers and business partners. A little bit more about us. So we are a global company. We was founded in the USA in the 1950s. We came over to the UK in the 1990s, so we've been established here now for a few decades. And we're in over 90 countries and territories across the globe. And we've got over 10,000 global branches as well. So lots and lots of scope for different locations. Just in the UK alone, we've got over 470 branches. So it doesn't matter where you are located in the country. If you have that interest and you want to join the Enterprise team, you don't have to live in a big city. There are local neighbourhoods branches as well. So really it's down to you where you want to be. We do have obviously a lot of city branches, but again, looking at the more rural places, if you were to move home after university and want an opportunity there, then we have opportunities. So that is definitely worth knowing. I know location can be a big deal for some people. Others might be a bit more flexible, but others might want to stay closer to home. So we do have those options available as well. One thing that I really like to talk about is not just kind of the career opportunities that we offer, but actually when you join us and in any kind of role throughout Enterprise, there's a lot more involved than just doing your day-to-day role. And what we like to do here is invest in our future. So that is by really kind of making sure that we're doing the right thing, as I said before, as corporate citizens, that we're giving back to the neighbourhoods and the communities that we work within. And we do this in loads and loads of different ways. And I can't physically go through every single way that we do this, but I just thought it might be good to pick up on a few and talk about what we're doing there. I'm going to pick on a couple of these that are on the screen, and you actually can find a lot more information about what we're doing in the communities and in the neighbourhoods and for sustainability and things like that on our careers website, which I will link in the chat at some point, probably when I've stopped speaking. But to pick on a few, so we've got the Fill Your Tank initiative, which is kind of all the work we do surrounding food banks and things like that. We do a lot with Fair Share and things like that. So it's really about kind of addressing issues in our local communities, giving back, making sure that the communities feel supported, and that we are in a, we're in a position where we are able to help. And our employees, from, starting brand new to, people like me who have been here now for a few years, love to get involved in these types of things. And we actually do something we call My Purpose, My Time, which means that you get a paid day every year to go into the local communities and do something that's really important to you. So that might be helping out on one of these initiatives. It might be doing something completely different that you've actually started yourself that's really close to your heart, for example. But just really, really good ways to get involved with more than just the day-to-day and being in the office and being in that environment, but getting involved as well and giving back. Another one is that 50 million tree pledge. So actually, it's quite self-explanatory. It kind of gives it away in the title, but we've pledged that we're going to plant 50 million trees in the next 50 years. And we're quite a way into that now. So that's just another way that we like to give back to the planet and make sure that, again, we're doing the right thing. I just wanted to talk briefly about the fact that we pride ourselves on being a very diverse and inclusive company to work for. So the teams that are that work here are very diverse. They're all from different backgrounds. We don't take one specific degree discipline. When you come to enterprise, we're made up of loads and loads of different people from different backgrounds that have studied different things. And, not only is it the right thing to do, but actually it drives so much innovation within our business. It makes for such a great culture. You get to learn a lot about different people, and it's really, really fantastic. So these are just a couple of the awards that we've won for being a diverse and inclusive employer. We're a top 50 employer for women, which we've been for the last, I really need to make sure that this is correct, but I know at least 16 years in a row. It might be more than that though. We're a top 100 Stonewall employer, so that's to do with the LGBTQ plus community. And we are a top 75 employer in the employer index, which is all surrounding social mobility, as well as being a disability confident employer. So really giving everyone a chance to be successful and having that equity within our company, that everyone has the opportunity to be successful, no matter what their background. There's a couple of quotes on the screen here. I hope you've managed to give them a quick look over, but just a few people within our business that have had something to say about, that kind of side of it. And as someone that actually brings people into the company, I love that part of my job, that I'm able to reach out to different people, that I'm able to bring in someone new to the company that might not have thought about enterprise before. They might not have a traditional degree or anything like that. They might not have, that what they think you need to work in, this industry, but actually they might have those transferable skills that we're looking for. And we encourage you to be your authentic self when you come through our recruitment process. And then, of course, if you're successful and you get a position with us, to be your true authentic self and bring your personality every day and not have to be someone else that you're not. So we really, really pride ourselves on that. And we would continue to work in this field and make sure that we are continuing to develop and grow and do the right thing here as well. So enterprise, we are actually built on internal career progression. So I will show you the career timeline and how that might look, 1, 2, 10 years down the line if you were to join enterprise. But because we're built the way we're built, and we're built completely on that internal career progression, people come in on the management training program, and then they are promoted quite quickly, obviously if they put the hard work in. And last year alone, we had over 20,000 employees across various positions that were promoted or took on new challenges within the business as well. So moving roles, being promoted upwards, making sideways moves like I did into the talent acquisition team. But 20,000 employees in 1 year that we've managed to promote. Which is, I think, just a testament to the kind of model that we follow, in that everyone can get promoted as long as they're putting the hard work in. So to follow on from that, now would be a good time for me to talk about that management training program that we offer. So we offer it as a graduate scheme. We offer it as a 1 year in industry placement as well. And we do things like summer internships, 3 months over the summer if you're looking for that experience in between university years in the summer. So what I'm going to describe about the management training program, it's the same no matter what avenue you take, whether you're on a year placement, where you join in as a graduate. It looks the same. Obviously, the time limit is different. But everything that you do within your time at Enterprise will be the same, and it's to set you up to be a manager, essentially. So there's 5 reasons that I've put together. There's a lot more than 5 reasons, but for the sake of a half an hour call, I'm going to try and keep it to 5. 5 reasons to be a management trainee and what that can give you. So 1, it's a great way of understanding a business and how we operate. So it's very varied. There's no kind of set team that you've got to work within, but actually you're working alongside people that have done the grad scheme or the management training scheme as well, that have worked their way up into management. So everyone's really bought into you and then kind of investing in your future and getting you through to that next step and helping you with your training and things like that. You're not kind of pigeonholed into one area of business. So actually it's very varied. You're in a location where you're doing everything from customer service and sales to marketing to finance, and kind of understanding that profit and loss statements and growth and things like that as well. Your account managers, you're doing all of these different things kind of all at the same time. So actually you're getting that really, really wide business understanding, and really knowing absolutely everything about a business rather than just doing one part of a business. And the reason we're set up to do that is because we're a management scheme. Essentially, we fast track you into a management position. And in order for us to be able to do that, you need to know everything about our business to be successful and to be able to run teams of people that are learning and developing themselves. You're able to develop professional skills. So actually working within a corporate environment with lots of different customers and, client bases and lots of different people and teams and, all the business partners and things like that we work with as well. So actually being able to develop those skills that you might have already started to, or you've learnt in theory, but actually being able to put them into practice within a business setting is a great reason to join our management training program. Actually be able to grow relationships as well on multiple different levels. So not just thinking about colleagues, but actually thinking about growing your relationships with business partners and with customers, growing that with mentors throughout the business. And actually when you get to a stage, mentoring people that are coming through, that are doing the same thing that you've done as well. And just being able to grow those relationships, build connections and network, in itself is such it's a difficult thing to do, networking, when you've not done a lot of it. But being able to kind of grow your knowledge about that and grow your enthusiasm and basically just being able to do it and growing your confidence as well is really, really important. But also growing relationships with senior people within the business that, a lot of other companies you wouldn't get exposure to. Actually being able to book meetings in with senior directors and things like that, and really getting a feel for where you could be in the next 5, 10, 15 years, which is brilliant. You get a really good support system. So I've already mentioned mentoring, which it's amazing, kind of being able to reach out to different people, go for a coffee, speak about their their careers so far and giving yourself ideas of maybe where you want to end up, but as well having them mentors there to support you through your training, through your development, giving you advice, being that person that's going to vouch for you when you're not there and promote you and kind of really build your personal brand as well. Having the support system of your managers that are around you and the other trainees that are, coming up through the ranks with you as well, and being able to be more of a kind of family feel is really, really is what made me stay at Enterprise, to be honest, is one of the main reasons that I absolutely love my job, is the support that you get. And getting rewarded for your hard work. I will come on to our values, but that is one of them. Actually, we do work hard, but you get rewarded for that hard work. So if you're willing to put in the work, then, you will see promotions, you will see, obviously, salary increases and things like that. You will see recognition and loads of different ways that we reward our members of staff for their amazing work that they're doing every day. So this is our career timeline. As you can see from the career timeline, there's quite a set path running through the middle, but then there's also a lot of opportunities at certain point to diversify where maybe your interests lie, to go into different teams that specialize more instead of kind of doing the all-rounder management. But there is a lot of opportunities to kind of really, see where your career takes you and take opportunities as they come as well. So as you can see right on the left-hand side, that's where you'd start off as a management trainee. So you're there, you're learning, you're developing, you are kind of doing all of the training involved and really getting to grips with the role and developing your personal brand and yourself, your self-development as well. When you feel like you're ready, which is normally around the 10-month mark, you'll do a bit of a test to test your knowledge to make sure you know everything you need to know. And at that point, if you pass that test, you become a management assistant, which is the second one along on the career timeline. At this point, you're able to get a little bit more responsibility, a little bit more autonomy, but you're really looking then for those internal promotions. So applying for the assistant manager job pretty much straight away. So it's really a bit of a stopgap, this second point across. You might only be in this position for a month before you've secured your assistant manager role. But everyone is different and everyone will do it on their own time scale, which is absolutely fine by us. The more driven you are, the faster you will get promoted and things like that. So each individual will take it at their own pace. When you become an assistant manager, which again, everyone's different, but on average is around that kind of 12-month mark. So really fast progression, as I keep saying, but from starting with us to being an assistant manager within 12 months is a big step up in responsibility. And then your next path from that would be become a branch manager, actually running your own branch with your own team of people to develop and get promoted, to dealing with a multi-million pounds fleet of vehicles. So again, a big step up in responsibility, learning and developing along the way. The development and the training does not stop when you pass your first test, but actually you will then continue to get additional development, additional training in different avenues of the business as well. Now you can see it starts to look a bit different at this point. So you can at this point decide if you wanted to go on another career path, which is actually what I did. So I'm now sit within the human resources management team as a talent acquisition specialist in recruitment. Other people at this point might go, do you know what? In this last 2 years, I really, really am passionate about sales, for example. So any roles that come up, you can apply for, and that's how we fill our internal roles. So as I mentioned, them 20,000 people that have been promoted in the last 12 months, they will have either got promoted from management trainees to assistants to branch managers, or they might have gone into a different role within the company as well. It's good to see this timeline because you might think, wow, would I ever get to vice president or general manager? Well, yes, because our current vice presidents and general managers started off on a management training scheme, and here they are today, years later, having reached the top. So there's really no ceiling. You can kind of go as far as you want to, as far as you're driven to go, which is really amazing. And just to kind of reiterate that we are really proud of this, our management programmes have won awards. We are a really good provider when you're looking for them grad schemes or them placements. We are a Times Top 100 graduate employer, which is fantastic. Really kind of prestigious club to be in. So we're really proud of that. And we are also, which is amazing, if you guys are looking for a year in industry placement, we are currently ranked 2nd place out of the best 100 student employers on Rate My Placement. So we're getting some really good recognition for the schemes that we offer. From myself, who actually joined as a graduate on this scheme, can say, it really has gone above and beyond what I was expecting it to. I came and I didn't really know what to expect. And I thought, well, I'll work myself up into management and I'll see what happens. But I think it's testament that I'm still here 7 years later and that I've grown within my role. I've had multiple promotions in that time, and everyone you speak to at Enterprise will be the same. They will have got multiple promotions in the time they've been here. I think that's a really good testament to the training that we provide and things like that as well. So the application process and what we actually do throughout. So if you are currently in the process or you're thinking of applying, this is what to expect. So first of all, you do an online application form. So we don't ask for a cover letter, we don't ask for a CV or anything like that. It's quite a basic online application. It'll take you about 20 minutes to fill in. And we don't actually require a minimum grade or ask for a specific subject studied. We actually look more for transferable skills, and we'll look at you as an individual and what you could potentially bring to the company and the role itself. Once you've done the online application, if you're successful, then a recruiter will reach out to you and they'll book in with you a virtual interview. So this is normally done on Microsoft Teams, but we will do whatever you have access to. So we can do that on Zoom as well. And it just gives you a greater understanding of who we are as a company and what we're looking for. But it gives us a good understanding of you as a person and what competencies that we're looking for that you would potentially bring to the company as well. So this normally looks like a half an hour to 40 minutes. It's with one person, so nothing too daunting, not a panel or anything like that you're having to deal with. It's just a conversation, and that is very much based around the competencies that we look for for a candidate to come into our business. If you pass the virtual interview, then we will arrange for you to go into one of the local branches. So as I mentioned, this is completely down to you, the location that you would be, working within. There's a lot of branches, so we don't guarantee that you work in one specific branch, but there will be so many within the radius that you live that will make sure you're within a commutable distance. So you will go into the branch for about 3 hours. You will get a feel. It's very much a two-way street. So yes, we will be assessing you. We'll be making sure that you're right for the job, but you have the opportunity then to look at us as a company and think, am I happy here? Would I be happy accepting a role here if I get offered one? Do I like the culture? Do I like the teams? Do I like the day-to-day and what I will actually be doing? So it's a really, really unique opportunity for you to meet some of our branch colleagues and actually to experience what a day in the life of a trainee would be like. And speaking to people that have gone through that process is absolutely amazing to be able to do as part of a recruitment process. So after that is it. If you're successful from that branch visit, we would hire you onto our management training program. And we have start dates every month of the year. We don't have a closed application date or anything like that because we hire all year, every year. So there's no kind of deadline. So it gives you a bit of flexibility in when you maybe want to apply or when you want to start after you graduated, or, when you're having your placement year as well. You just let us know on your application and we will go from there. So just to kind of explain why we hire the way we do. We hire all year, every year, and we have the ability to be able to do that. And the reason is that we hire smart, passionate people. They make our customers happy. The customers come back because they're happy and people say amazing things about us. It means that more customers come to us and we grow as a business. And that growth means that there are more branches opening up all the time. There is more opportunities because every branch that we open, we need a new team to facilitate that branch and then run that branch and manage that branch. For every promotion that someone gets, we need a new person to fill their role, and so on and so forth. So actually, it just, we're in a cycle of people saying good things about us because we've got the best people in our roles, to growing as a business, having more branches, and then these people that we hire that help us grow, they get to level up, they get to be promoted, they get to go further in their career, and this means that we're constantly adding more talent to our team. And I think that last year we brought in around 2,000 people just last year on either the grad scheme or the placement scheme. And then we hired another 600 people into other support roles within the business as well. So actually, we're one of the biggest graduate employers in the country, and lots of opportunities for people to do really well in their career. So just some of the skills that you will get with Enterprise: communication, a skill that you will probably already be pretty good at, but actually communicating, turning those communication into connections, and really being able to develop your skills in that area. Customer service, we're a huge customer service company. We pride ourselves on that, and we look for passionate customer service people. You will definitely develop time management skills. At Enterprise, no day looks the same. We have to make sure that we're able to fit everything in. So being able to kind of work on your time management and being able to do that is really imperative. Leadership, I think this goes without saying, with us being a management company, you will develop your leadership skills and actually being able to put them into use by getting promoted into a management position as well. Emotional intelligence. So being able to understand people and where they're coming from and their point of view is super important to us, because in able to have really great customer service, you need to understand people and their point of view and really empathize. And that's not just customers, that's the employees that you work with as well. So people in your branch, being able to understand them and what makes them tick and what makes them motivated. And when you get to a management position, being able to see that in the people that you're trying to get promoted as well within your branch. Marketing and sales is a big part of the role. So being able to develop in this area and build those skills and be successful in this area is definitely something that you will take away. Problem solving. We're definitely a reactive business, working with people and customers and cars, which are very unreliable sometimes. Being able to problem solve and grow in that skill is gonna, it's gotta happen. And then, I say last but not least, there's so many more skills apart from these 8, but this is the last one that I'll talk about, is being able to adapt to different situations, different locations, different people, different environments is super important, and something that you will develop with the amount of teams, different teams that you'll be working with, different people, different customers, and things like that as well. So who you'll work with as a trainee, you'll have an area manager that usually look after 6 to 8 branches. So you'll be within, an area kind of connection. You'll have your branch manager. Some branches even have 2 branch managers, like airport locations and things like that, who will be there with you every day to help you learn and develop. You'll have your assistant manager. Again, there can be multiple assistant managers in some bigger locations, or it could just be one in the smaller locations. But these have just been promoted. They will have done what you've done, so it's really great to have them there as a support network as well. And then we have our customers and our business partners as well. So being able to work alongside other people, different companies, external companies, are also customers that are coming into us and we're dealing with every single day as well. And then I'm going to end on our values. So I've already picked up on a couple of these. I've already kind of mentioned that we work hard and we reward that hard work. I've talked a lot about customer service, but customer service really is our way of life. And without our excellent customer service, we wouldn't have grown to the size that we have grown today. So it's really kind of, we live and breathe these values. It underpins every single decision we make, from my level to trainees to managing directors and the CEO. We live and breathe these values, and it's important to us that people coming through our processes understand what our values are and that they align with them as well, because they're really important to us. And again, I've mentioned kind of we strengthen our communities one neighborhood at a time with all of the amazing things that we do in the community. And again, I can't I can't go over all of them, but I really do urge you to reach out after this if you've got any questions about anything, or if you're thinking about applying and that you wanted a little bit more context. But for now, we do keep it social. So we're on all our social media channels. I do recommend that you follow them if you are interested. You can learn a lot about the industry. You can learn a lot about the opportunities we have available, and a lot about the members of, employees that we've got and what they're doing, and loads of really, really good content on our YouTube channel. There's day in the life of videos in there. So if you want to kind of understand before you apply what it might look like, then there's some really good content in there as well. So I do urge you to have a look at that. Last but not least, if you would like to connect with me, send me an email. If you've got any questions, then please do send them through. The QR code will take you directly to my LinkedIn page. So if you want to connect with me, then please do feel free and send me a message, or, ask me any questions that you want. And I will always do my best to help you with whatever it is that you want to know. Thank you very much for listening. I'm going to stop sharing my screen now so I can see questions. I can see that there's some questions in the chat box. So I'm going to try and see how, bear with me for a few minutes just while I scroll through and see what some of these questions are. So trying to apply to Enterprise Mobility's 1-year placement. There were 2 forms to fill in the diversity form application. Okay, so that's more of a kind of a personal question. So what I would say is, if you could please connect with me on LinkedIn and send me a message, or send me an email after here, I will be able to check on our system. Sometimes it says that there are forms to be completed, but actually we've received them. It can be a bit of a glitch. So just send me a message after this if you've got any kind of problems with applying or anything like that. I'm more than happy to help. Okay, sorry. Person having a chat. Sorry, I'm just reading the conversation that my lovely colleague Stephen has asked some questions already, answered some questions, sorry. So next steps to apply would be to actually apply. So you can access that on our website. Again, I'm more than happy to send you these links if you do want to connect with me. But if you go on our careers website, careers.enterprise.co.uk or .ie if you're in Ireland, then you can look at all of our opportunities, find the location that suits you, and then fill in an online application. Finance background, you're absolutely fine to have any degree discipline. It really doesn't matter. Just bring forward your transferable skills and things like that. As an international student, you want to know if we'd sponsor visas. So yes, we do offer visa sponsorship. You do need to come to us with the 2-year graduate visa, the right to work for the first 2 years. After that, we are more than happy to sponsor any visas you might need. And you do need a full UK manual driving license or EU manual driving license. If you don't have one of them, unfortunately, you wouldn't be able to apply for the management training scheme. But we do have some other roles on our website that you don't require a driving license for. So it's worth definitely having a look at those roles and seeing if any of those are suited to you. If there is a reason that you don't have a UK driving license, like that you've got a disability or a medical reason why you can't have one, then we will still consider your application. So please don't let that put you off, and still definitely apply. A lot of questions about driving licenses, so hopefully I've answered that question for you. Do recommend it if you are waiting for your driving test, just wait until you have actually passed and that you've secured your driving license, and then apply after that. And as I mentioned before, with no end dates, so don't worry about kind of missing the opportunity, because our roles are always open on the website. So again, just please wait until you pass your test, and then please do apply. Someone's asked where you can contact me. So you can, my email was on the presentation, but I'm just going to type it in the chat box now as well, so you've got that. And that, I believe, has answered all the questions. There's one in the Q&A box, and I've answered that question, so that's absolutely fine. Guys, thank you so much for joining us. I hope that you've got a little bit more of an idea of who we are and what we offer. And if you are planning to apply, if you've not already, and you want a little bit of support, then please do send me an email or or link in with me. But thank you so much for giving up your Thursday evening to hear me talk. I hope it's been okay and that you've had some takeaways, and hopefully we'll see you in the application process soon. And my email's already in the chat, so you should have that. Thank you very much, everybody, and I will hopefully see you soon.